Hey, what's up, guys? Max, and let's talk Battlegrounds. So, Kabam's official live stream went live a few days ago, and they did not announce any updates or upgrades to Battlegrounds. And I think this infuriated a lot of people, a lot of players, especially the ones that are passionate about Battlegrounds. And you may say, hey, Max, you're going in the wrong direction. You're sounding like you're not about Battlegrounds. I am. Actually, this is my favorite game mode in the game at the moment, and has been for the last, 2 years now that Battlegrounds has been out. But yeah, why am I not as upset at the moment? That's kind of basically the question. So if we look at the live stream, I want to talk about the ordeal. So Kabam has taken a shift, I would say, from what I've noticed, and if you're paying attention to kind of like their theme, is they're going for in-game content. Okay, so for the last couple of couple of months, at one point in the game, if I remember correctly, sometime last year, it's somewhere around the beginning, like around this time, January, March, February. I skipped a month there. January, February, March. In the first quarter of the year, Kabam, a lot of complaints about in-game content, how there was none, and it just felt like it was only Battlegrounds keeping the game alive. Well, towards the end of the year, we got a bunch of in-game content right now that we've been playing and just getting some of the best rewards, I would say, even better than Battlegrounds, even better than Alliance War. We've been able to level up our accounts to level 60, past 60, and we've been able to get new rank ups, rank 4s. Now, those items and resources definitely not found in Battlegrounds because Battlegrounds repeats itself every month, recycles every month when it comes to rewards. If that was the case, we would definitely expedite ourselves to rank 4s, rank 5s very quickly. And I think the whole point of the game is to prolong or extend the life of the game. Have people playing the game, have new people coming in the game, and kind of like expanding their accounts, right? And just for the end game players, for the people that are always pushing, kind of how do we get them to stretch that enjoyment, right? So I think without really knowing and without really talking to anybody at Kabam and getting that information from an outside perspective, from an end game player, from a player that just plays a lot, I think that's kind of like always has been and maybe the direction right now of the game. So we're getting this bunch of end game content. The most recent announced right now in a couple of days, 10 days from actually right now, is going to be this ordeal. And there is a T7 basic catalyst. Now, we don't get those in Battlegrounds, and most people are going to be like, yes, they should be in Battlegrounds. Well, the focus seems like it's end-game content, difficult content, a request that a lot of players have been asking for it. I'm okay with end-game content. I'm not like I need it, and if it's not there, the game sucks. That's kind of not my reaction for it. But I think my reaction right now is not actually mad at the game either, because it's not bringing Battleground updates. I think my take on Battlegrounds is that I enjoy it, I love it, and I play it. And even if I spend an entire day spending like, I don't know, we've done live streams where it's like 3 hours of just Battlegrounds, and it's one of the best streaming, I would say, as a content creator, live streamer, it is one of the best, if not end-game content and Battleground stream, the best to like have a stream. It is always interesting to like watch. Even me as a viewer of other content creators, it's something that I enjoy watching. Does that mean like I'm in there watching them for the rewards? No. So I'm in there watching them for their performance, for what they do, and just for the interactions and just watching Battlegrounds. It's better than watching Arena. It's better than watching questing. And that's just the reality and truth. And does that mean that MCOC Kabam needs to upgrade the rewards? That doesn't mean that they need to upgrade the rewards. I think why they should upgrade the rewards is because of the gap, the amount of time that they've taken from the last upgrade. But the way I see it is we kind of know almost everybody. I don't know them by name or faces to name. If I were to see somebody in the street and be like, "Oh, that's Kabam," X. I think we know the people that we've seen on the live streams, pretty much for the most part, and that have come through the live streams when it comes to employees of Kabam, and so the amount of people that work for this department for the game, I think they get tasked. And right now, the task was to focus on endgame content. And they've come through. They've come through really well. The bosses are amazing. The layouts of the maps are amazing. And, the time is going to come. And I believe the time will come this year. And a couple of, if not a couple of, like, maybe it didn't happen in March. But I do believe that it might happen in April or May or just in the next following seasons. We're going to see an upgrade to Battlegrounds. It's not that Kabam wants to kill the game mode. It's not that Kabam wants to just kill the game. That's not in their interest at all. But what I've noticed over the last years of playing this game is my requests, my wants don't just happen like that. It's not just I snap my fingers and something happens. It just takes time, and that time means 3 to 8 months to something to come into the game itself. So I think I've seen the videos, and I think those are all great, but I do believe if we're just a little bit more patient and enjoy the game mode for what it is. We love competing against fighting people that we never fighting people we fight all the time. And if you love the Battlegrounds a lot, we do it for the rewards, of course. But I think majority of the time people do it for the high of fighting, figuring out how this fight's going to go down. Are you going to mess up? Are you not going to mess up? Are you going to be able to make it and come out squeaky clean? And then, do you stream snipe the person that's streaming? Do you not? Stuff like that. Those are all like the fun stuff. But right now, I think we're in the era of end game content for MCOC. And I think this is something we just need to enjoy. And if I know, and if like you're like, you love end game, you love Battlegrounds, and you're just like, I'm still upset. Like, I think maybe we step like out of that bubble of just being bad about the fact that Battlegrounds hasn't been updated, because I truly believe it will get updated. Kabam knows, and they realize that Battlegrounds is a influencing factor when it comes to acquiring champions now. It used to be Alliance War, the main one, but now I feel Battlegrounds is just as big. Alliance War does take a lot of it. I say there's a lot of active alliances playing Alliance War, and we just saw a big upgrade again to Alliance War. We don't hear the players. Oh, actually, we do. But some of the players that are active playing Alliance War and Battlegrounds obviously want everything upgraded, and I do too. It's not to saying that I'm not. I'm just, I guess, over time have become more realistic to how Kabam works and how it just everything in the game kind of lays out, and this is without really knowing the details of the game. This is just knowing kind of or watching and observing how the game is laid out pretty much every single month throughout the years and years and years. It's just the time of Battlegrounds will come, and then once we get the update, we're just going to be like enjoying, forgetting about it, and then we're going to be requesting, end game content. We're gonna, and then they kind of hinted also as well to like event quests. Finally, I think that's been one of the longest requests ever, and this is not just a month. This has been like years. And again, that just gives you another perspective to understand how slow things sometimes happens in the game, and how they just sometimes need to recycle content month after month to kind of prolong again the enjoyment of the game. And I think that's a good move. It's kept me for a while. I'm not quitting because the game is not bringing out content. I just, as long as the game has plan and improving and enhancing content, I'm all for it. Now, my last bit about maybe advice. A lot of people was giving their 2 cents about how Battlegrounds should get upgraded and updated. I still am a strong believer that alliances and the effort of teams make the game modes more interesting. Here's like Alliance Quest, Alliance War, anything that has milestones. I feel like Kabam has been going in the other direction of more of an individual player. And maybe that's kind of the future of the game, especially since Battlegrounds is more of an individual player. But I'll say this as an advice. I've also been noticing a couple of things. Let's say a player X's the alliance and plays on its own and decides to do his own thing. This player can easily get upset and quit, and then he's gone. Maybe he doesn't quit it like forever in the game. Maybe he just takes a break about a couple of months and then he comes back, right? When a player is part of an alliance, he feels more obligated as a responsibility for the teammates that he's around to help them, whether it's with his account, her account, and rank ups that they've done, or just enjoys the chat rooms that they're in with their teammates, when it comes to alliances. And it keeps them, even though maybe he's not pushing, but it keeps them logging in and playing. And so I think alliances are still extremely important. And even though I feel like Kabam is taking more of a direction of solo, alliances should have still a rework of like how the rewards are paid out as a team. But it's that, I would say, and maybe there's more data that I am unaware, that maybe that's been more promoting more activity as individuals than alliances. I don't know, but from my perspective of like, hey, certain players might have quit a long time ago, but because they're within team, within alliance, within friends, they're still around. And so rewards pay out, and it feels better if it's all worked on as a team instead of like the individual rewards. Again, going back to the example of, we've seen it too, not just from friends and stuff like that, but like content creators that like we look up to and we see that end up quitting because they're mad, and then they come back. Like I can mention one that quit like already a couple of times, and he's back. So here it is when it comes to that. So like I think the season of Battlegrounds will come, and this is without me knowing anything or talking to Kabam again. This is just a perspective of what I've seen over years and years of Kabam just doing what Kabam does, and like their events. Like this is what everything was towards the end of the month, end of the year last year. Some of the big events that they had. You can see that it was like tied into the death list. I think we had a lot of more focuses for other things, and they kind of just recycle the seasons. Yeah, there was no rewards in it, but then here comes the end of the year with a bunch of stuff. Even the beginning of the year, we're seeing a bunch of stuff when it comes to endgame content, which is what we're excited for coming here this month of March. So I don't know, guys, let me know your thoughts. Are you like, is there a different argument to be had when it comes to Battlegrounds? Like I'm still playing it, I'm still enjoying it, I'm still I have a lot of rank ups that I still need to do, enjoy, and the nodes to figure out. And so, like, do I want to push for certain rewards? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't feel that argument, and that's why I'm not as passionate, maybe as other players making the videos. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that one, guys. Take care. See you guys on the next one. Peace.